Hey friend, it is Kate here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have got a lovely Pilates Yoga Fusion class for us. This one's probably closer to an intermediate. All levels are absolutely welcome to join in. It might just go a little bit faster for my beginners, more so than anything else. It's not necessarily that the moves are bigger, it's just maybe a little faster. Anywho, we'll get a little stretching, we'll get a little abdominal work. Hopefully we'll feel fabulous by the end. Roll out your mat and let's get started. Let's start standing at the top of our mat, our feet about hip distance, and let your hands hang heavy. Take a moment here and really think about spreading across the front of your chest. But while we open up across our chest, we do not want those ribs to come together, so knit them towards one another and lift out of the waist. Think about cinching the belly like you've got a belt there and it got one notch tighter. Very lightly dip your chin to your chest, just enough that you can lengthen through your cervical spine a little bit more. Think about toning your inner thighs towards one another, turning on the place where your thigh and your glute connect, your thut, if you've taken more than one class with me before. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, close your eyes, drop your chin to chest, and just give yourself a double chin. Really think about lifting the back of the head up. Actively reach your shoulders down towards the ground. Take a big inhale. Big breath out. Roll your right ear to right shoulder. Bring your chin back to chest. Roll your left ear to left shoulder. Bring your chin to chest. Blink your eyes open, look forward, big inhale. Exhale again, chin to chest, bend the knees. Slowly roll all the way down to the ground. Head is heavy, fingertips soft. Just look through the legs, taking your forward fold as deep or shallow as you so choose. Go ahead and sway the hips a little side to side here, taking it as big or shallow as you so choose. Maybe pause center and lightly rock your weight into your toes and back into your heels. And go ahead and come center, pull the belly button in, really round, and slowly lift all the way up. One vertebra at a time. Big inhale to arrive. Exhale, chin to chest, bend the knees, slowly roll down again. Again, a little sway of the hips, a nod of the head, any movement that feels good. And then bend, slowly roll up. Shoulders down the back, belly button pulling in even while we lift and lower. Now from here, go ahead and walk your feet together, seal your inner thighs like I gave you a slip of paper and I said hold it between there. And I want you to sit back in a great big chair pose. Imagine reaching your sitting bones a little further back, pulling the navel in, extending the fingertips a little bit longer away. Almost imagine hugging your inner arms towards your ears while you soften the shoulders down the back. Take a great big inhale. Big breath out. Another big deep inhale. Big breath out. One more breath here. As you exhale, forward fold, and I want you to step your left foot back in a great big lunge. Now, this doesn't have to be the biggest lunge you've ever done, and if you happen to have blocks and you want to put your hands on blocks, that's wonderful. But holding here wherever we are, think about pressing your back heel closer to the ground, at the same time pointing your front knee a little further forward, and it's like your pubic bone is trying to reach almost down to the place where your front heel is. Maybe we rock a little side to side. Maybe we even rock a little forward and back. Just enjoying that lunge for as big or small as you want to take it. Eventually pause, belly button up and in, take a big inhale, bend the back knee, hop into your forward fold again. Feet can be together or apart, knees can be straight or bent. Maybe you sway the hips a little. Bend the knees, roll yourself all the way up to standing. Seal the inner thighs if they aren't already. Sit back in your chair pose again. No hurry, no rush. Enjoy this nice big chair pose. Belly button up and in. Full breath. Exhale, forward fold. Step the right foot or the opposite foot back, whichever one you have not done. And again, we can arrive in a great big low crescent lunge, pressing the heel towards the ground behind us, reaching the knee forward a little bit more, maybe rocking side to side if that feels good in our body. No hurry. And then eventually from here, bending the back knee, hopping together once more. Just let your head reach for the ground. Again, knees can be bent if that feels better. No right or wrong. Do bend the knees eventually. Pull the navel in away from the thighs. Roll up, softening the shoulders down the back. As you do so, take a big inhale, exhale, sit back, find your chair pose once more. Seal the inner thighs together. Reach long through the fingertips. Full big breath. Forward fold, left foot steps back once more. Now this time, take your left hand to the floor and reach your right hand up to the sky, a big twist. If that's too much, hand can be on the thigh. We can swivel and circle that hand up and over, taking it in one direction and then the other. And then set the hand on the floor, big breath, exhale, hop together. Bend the knees, roll yourself up. Sit back, find your chair pose. No hurry, no rush. Forward fold, right foot goes back, return to your lunge, settle into that pose if you so choose. And then if we want the twist, right hand down, left hand high. Maybe your left hand stays still, or again, you can find a little movement in the lifted arm. Full breath, hand reaches down, big inhale, exhale, hop together. Go ahead and swivel the hips a little side to side. Nod the head. Bend the knees. Take your hands to your shins. Push your head and chest away. Find a half lift with the knees bent, shoulders broad. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, half lift, pause. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and heel toe your feet away from one another, taking them a little bit wider than your hips. You might even take them off the mat and really let your chest reach down. Head is falling towards the ground. Go ahead and sway the hips a little side to side. Bend the knees, straighten the legs. Bend the knees, straighten the legs. At your own pace, just finding that great big movement and mobility in our hips, our knees, our ankles. And then pause for a moment, heel toe the feet back underneath the hips. Bend the knees, roll all the way up to standing. Now we'll do a chair pose, but with our legs hip distance apart, not together. So sit back, find your chair pose. Lift the low belly up and in. And from here, take your hands to a prayer, press them together, snuggle your thumbs into your chest, roll the shoulders back. Lightly rock into your right foot, pick up your left heel, and I want you to step the foot nice and far back so we come to a great big high crescent lunge. Hands can come to our hips. We could even have a chair or a wall nearby us if we need some stability, but belly button in, hips nice and square. Swim the hands all the way up to the sky. Lift a little further out of the waist. Pull your belly button in. From here, cactus the arms off to the side and press the elbows and hands back so you get a little bit of stretch across the front of your chest. Now, if we split our ribs too much, just recenter. Navel in, lift out of the waist. From here, inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, rebend the knee. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, rebend the knee. One more time, straighten, pause. Maybe lift the hands up so tall, so straight. Take a great big breath. Drop it down, bend both knees, hop the feet back towards one another, again about hip distance apart. Sit back, find your chair pose. Belly button up and in. No hurry, no rush. Lightly rock to the left foot, pick up the right heel, step it right big back into that nice big crescent lunge. Lift, lift, lift out of the waist. Think about pulling your front heel towards your back toe. It's like our inner thighs are drawing towards one another so we can keep them nice and engaged. Flip the palms, bend the elbows. Press your elbows and back of hands a little further away, opening up across the chest without splaying the ribs. Same thing from earlier. Straighten the leg, almost drawing the inner thighs towards one another. Re-bend the knee. Straighten the leg, re-bend the knee. Last one, straighten, pause, lifting out of the waist. Maybe reach your hands high, take a big breath. Let that go, up together. Both hands lift high. Exhale, chin to chest, bend the knees forward, fold. Like we did earlier, heel toe the feet a little bit wider than your hips, on or off the mat, yogi's choice. Head is heavy, really let yourself kind of sink or fall to the floor. Swivel the hips. Now your feet can remain parallel, or we can lightly turn them out if that feels better. But again, I want you to deeply bend the knees and then maybe straighten the legs. They might not straighten all the way. They might not bend as much as mine do. That's okay. Again, more about mobility in the body. Eventually, heel to the feet so they're back underneath your sitting bones. Take a breath, take a pause, bend the knees so much we come down to a seat on our mat. And if we flap down not very gracefully, that's okay. Let's give our spine a little love. We're going to do a little rolling like a ball. And if we feel silly, that's a-okay, because that's half the fun of that pose. You want to kiss your toes together, hug your knees into your chest, and round through the back of the body. So we're in a Pilates C curve. All I want us to do from here is inhale, roll back, exhale, roll up. Now the goal is not to let your toes hit the ground. If they do, certainly not the end of the world, but use your inhale to roll back, your exhale to stabilize as you pull up. Inhale, roll back, exhale, lift up. Last one, roll back, exhale, lift up. Stomp the feet into the floor, take your hands in front of you, roll down all the way to the mat, slow and steady, one vertebra at a time. Walk your hands in, roll the shoulders, take them a little bit off the mat so we can encourage our chest to open up. Lightly press down into the heels so we can imprint the spine and feel the whole spine touch the mat. Point the nose straight up to the sky. And then from here, like someone is peeling from your pubic bone first, roll your hips all the way up to a bridge pose. As you arrive in bridge pose, really press down through the shoulders, point the nose up to the sky. From the sternum, roll right back down. Inhale, lift the pelvis up, slowly roll yourself all the way up, find your bridge pose. Gently roll right back down. One more time, lift up into your bridge pose and pause. Squeeze the thigh, roll the shoulders back, point your nose up to the sky. Take a great big inhale. Gently roll all the way down. Keep your low back touching the mat and reach your fingertips up to the sky. Soften the shoulders down into the mat. Press deeper into your left foot and float your right foot up. Now, ideally, we want our knee right over our hip, but if it's a little bit closer and that helps us to stabilize through our tummy, that's okay. Further away is going to be a little bit harder. So right at the knee or a little bit in if we need it. Either way from here, all I want us to do is keep our leg perfectly still, cinch the waist a little bit, inhale, carry your hands over your head. You should see them in your peripheral vision. So when you stop and wiggle your fingers, if you cannot see them without moving your eyes, you've taken them too far. So we should not flop them behind us. They should be lightly lifted. Big deep breath. Exhale, cinch the waist, pull them back up. Inhale, carry the hands over the head. Exhale, pull them back up. 2 more times, just like that. Last one. pause here. Hold the arms in place. Inhale, straighten the leg out. You can point the toe or flex, whatever feels better in your body. Cinch the waist as you bring it back to its starting place. Inhale, poke the toe out and away, keeping your low back touching the mat. Exhale, pull it back in. 3 more, reach it out. Exhale, return. 2 more, reach out. Exhale, return. Last one, reach out. Pull it back, pause. Set the foot on the floor, stomp down into the right foot. Exhale, lift the left. Again, hands reach over the head. Exhale, trim the waist, pull it back up. Inhale, hands reach over the head. Exhale, cinch the waist, pull it back up. 2 more times. Almost imagine you're moving through water, through peanut butter. It should be challenging to carry the hands over the head and back up. Last one, bring them up, pause, shoulders down the back, neck so soft, straighten the leg, exhale, pull the knee in. Now, if your leg does not straighten all the way, or if it does not go as low as mine does, that is a-okay. What is more important is keeping your tummy working, keeping your right foot pressing down into the ground so we can stabilize through the right leg. Last one out, exhale, pull it in, set your left foot down, exhale, lift your right leg. Now we're going to take hands and feet together. It might not go as far when we do that, and that's okay, but inhale, reach hand and feet away, exhale, tone the tummy, pull it back. Inhale, reach hand and feet away, exhale, pull it back. 3 more, reach out, exhale, return. 2 more, reach out, exhale, return. Last one, reach out, pause, hold right here. Extend a little longer through the toe, reach deeper through the fingers. At the same time, think about pulling your opposite hip towards opposite shoulder on both sides, almost as if you're imagining a little X through your torso. Pull the navel in right where that X would be, the little meat in the middle spot. Take a big breath, exhale, lift both hands and feet up. Inhale, drop back to that starting spot. Big inhale, exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower down. 3 more, exhale, reach. Inhale, return. 2 more, exhale, reach. Inhale, return. Last one, up, pause, set the right foot down, immediately lift the left, and then from here, hands and feet together. Inhale, they go away from each other. Exhale, they hug back. Almost think of there being a giant rubber band that's wrapped around both arms and feet. And as you reach them further away, that band gets so tight, it's hard to take them far apart. And it's just as challenging to bring them back in. 2 more times. Open, exhale, pull. Last time, open, pause. Reach long from the tips of your toes, through your body, out your fingers. Big inhale, exhale, everything pulls up. Inhale, everything relaxes down. Everything lifts. Inhale, lower. 2 more times, up. Drop it right back down. Last one, up, pause, set the foot on the ground. Take a big inhale, lift the right leg. Another big breath. Lift the left leg. Now from here, if we do not move our legs as deeply as we did a moment ago, that's okay, but let's try both legs and both arms. That might be too much. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, pull back. And again, we might not take our legs fully straight, and they might be a lot higher than they were when we had one foot on the ground. Mine definitely are. That's okay, because I know that I need to stabilize through the small of my back. Last one, straighten, pause, big inhale, exhale, everything pulls up. Everything goes down. Everything pulls up. Everything goes back. Last one, up. Last one, down. Pull everything in. Give yourself a great big hug, a great big squeeze. Like we did earlier, a little rock and roll. Not quite a real rolling like a ball, but that's okay. Just a nice massage on the back of the body. And then go ahead and come all the way up to a nice easy seat. Sit tall, sit straight. Broaden across the chest. Lift out of the waist. Let your hands rest. Drop your chin to your chest, close your eyes. Think about your shoulders reaching down the back and opening up. Again, roll your right ear to right shoulder. Eyes can be opened or closed. And maybe a very little nod of your nose, your chin down towards your shoulder and then back forward. Again, eyes can be opened or closed, whatever feels better for you. I usually like to close my eyes so I can really focus on how my neck is feeling, since that's such a delicate spot. Eventually, point your nose down to your shoulder, take a breath, roll your chin to chest, let it hang there. Again, shoulders down and broad. And then roll your opposite ear to opposite shoulder. For me, that's my left side, but if you did the other side, no big deal. And then again, take those little twists. Nose down, point the nose forward. Point the nose down, point the nose forward. One more time. Roll chin to chest. Bring your gaze up, blink your eyes open. As always, give yourself a pat on the back. Thank yourself for doing something so good and just for you. I hope we enjoyed class, and I can't wait to see you again.